Welcome. Today we're going to talk about how qualitative data is displayed using Excel. Qualitative data is data that describes qualities or categories. For example, if we were comparing population by countries, the political parties of registered voters in New Hampshire, or the numbers in various majors in college, those are examples of qualitative data. The characteristic that we're going to work with today is eye colors of students in a math class. Notice that the eye colors of students in this group have already been surveyed and entered into our workbook page. Two different types of displays are discussed in your text as appropriate for displaying qualitative data. The first is a pie chart. Pie charts are very easy to create. First, we're just going to select the data that we have ready for us today. Then we're going to go up to the Insert tab, go all the way over till we see something that looks like a pie chart. Expand our view by clicking on the down arrow. And the nice thing about 2013 Excel, which may not happen to you in some of the other versions, is that we see below us an example of what our chart will look like. So if this is the look we want, we can go with this one. If we'd like a 3D pie chart, we could go with that one. We're going to take this version right here today. Now notice that although we do have a legend at the bottom of our chart, we don't have a chart title, and the colors have been predetermined for us. We're going to change all of those things to personalize our chart. The first thing we're going to do is add a title. To do that, I'm just going to click on where it says Chart Title, and I'm going to replace that with Eye Colors in our math class. As soon as I click off of that, I can see that I have a title there. If I want to change that later on, make it larger, change the print, I certainly can do that. The next thing I'd like to do is change the colors so that they actually match the eye color. Sometimes this isn't necessary, but where we do have specific colors that we're talking about, it would be nice if they matched. Now notice that brown, which has 10 students, if I hover over that, it will tell me that there were 10 students who have eye colors of brown, and that is 42% of the population. That's okay, that's close enough to my brown so that it works for me. When I go over to the next one, which is blue, I had 7 students with blue, 29% of the population, that works for me too, so I'm fine there. When I go to the next one, however, I'm into the gray section, and that certainly doesn't look like gray eye color. So what I'm going to do is first left click on my pie chart. Notice that has activated all of these little circles in the corner here, all of our anchor points. We don't really want the whole chart activated. We want just this section right here. So now that I've activated the entire pie chart, I'm going to left click again. When I do that, and it's a little hard to see, so I'm going to zoom in here, now you'll see the anchor points are just surrounding the chart that I'm interested in. And when that happened, over here on the right hand side, it is telling me that I have the option to format the data point. Now if that doesn't pop up automatically in your particular version, if you put your cursor in the slice that you're interested in and then right click, you will see that you have some options here, and you will want to select Format Data Point. Again, nice thing about Excel 2013 is that that is up there for us. Now we want to fill that color with a color that's more appropriate to the eyes that we are talking about here. And since, again, these are gray eyes, I'm going to go over here to the fill option, which shows up in 2013 as this little paint bucket with paint spilling out to the right hand side. But in your version of Excel, it may be that you just want to select fill. When I do that, I can change the fill or the border. I want to change the color, so I'm going to come down here to fill color. Click on that, and I have some options. And I think I can pick it from theme colors here. This gray works for me. Notice as soon as I selected it, it appeared in my pie chart. Now I'm going to go to the next section. So to do that, I'm going to click off, move my cursor into the pie chart again, left click again so that everything disappears except for the slice that I'm talking about. And I know that this is hazel. Well, hazel is kind of a golden brownish color, so for me this works. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to click off of that. But I would like to change this color down here because this is the green. I only had one student who had green eyes, but I'd like them to be represented with a color that looks like their eye color. So again, I'm going to left click once and then twice with my cursor right over that slice of pie. Then I'm going to go over to my color, select a nice green, and pop it in there. If I decide that I would prefer my legend to be somewhere else other than the bottom of the screen, I can move that as well. I've just double clicked or left clicked on that, and now you can see the legend is highlighted. Nice feature of Excel 2013 is Format Legend will automatically appear in this pane on the right. And from there, I have some options. What I am interested in is Legend Options. The first default for that is Legend Position. Right now it's at the bottom. I'd like to see what it would look like. Move to the right. That seems to be a distance away from where that is. I certainly can move that by left clicking and then dragging my cursor. So if I'd like that to be centered a bit better, I can do that as well. And I like the look of that, so that works for me. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the sheet now. And as we talked about in the previous screencasts, you should always identify your sheet. So I'm going to call this Eye Color Pie Chart. And I'm good to go. The second way that you can display qualitative data is with a bar chart. Now to do our bar chart, I'm not going to erase what we've done so far. I'm going to add a new sheet and copy our data to that. Before I actually add the sheet, I'm going to go over here, put my cursor over eye color, left click, and drag so that it's all selected. Then I'm going to do Control C for copy so that it's highlighted. Now I'm going to go down to the plus at the bottom of the screen, select that, and I have a second sheet. I'd like to paste my data into this second sheet. I'm going to use Control V to do that, and there we go. Simple as that. It's all ready for us to work with. Now to create my bar chart, I'm going to select my data, then I'm going to go to Insert, and take a peek at the bar chart options. For me, I want a simple clustered column that will give me what I'm looking for here. If I wanted to try something else, a 3D option, I certainly could select that, but this is fine for our purpose. So I'm going to click on that so that I have that to work with. Notice the minute it was there, Format Chart area appeared. This is a feature of 2013 though, so if you have an Excel version that is older, to get to the format options you are going to have to move your cursor inside your chart and right click. The next thing we're going to do is, again, like we did before, change our colors so that they match. Notice when we create a bar chart, the colors of the bars are all the same, and if that's what you want, you certainly can leave them that way. If you would like to personalize your chart, that's fine as well. Move over inside any of the bars, click on them, they all become highlighted. Notice the little circles around the edges of all 5 bars. Click again, and the only one that will be highlighted is the one you're interested in. As soon as that happens, over here on the right, I am at Format Data Point. We already have that for us up here. I would like that to be a different color. Brown would be nice. Certainly can format the green a little bit better. And then I can move over to the hazel, format that maybe with that color that's there, and then over to the gray. Now that I'm happy with the bars in my chart, it's time to work on a bit more formatting. The first thing I want to do is add a chart title. In this particular case, I think I will call this Eye Color of Math Students. Once I click off of that, notice it now becomes my new title. I might even want to add a horizontal and vertical axes label. To do that, because it's not there already, I'm going to go to the Add icon, and I want to add axes titles. Notice they put two of them in there for me. I can go down to this one, select what's there, replace it with my own information, eye color. And then over here, when I click on that one, I can replace that with frequency. Now I've labeled both axes, and I'm good to go. The only thing I have left to do before I leave this is to go down to the bottom, double click on sheet 2, and replace that with Eye Color Bar Chart. I hope you found this session informative. Thank you for viewing.